Have you ever felt like you're falling, not through space, but inside yourself? A strange emptiness that keeps pulling you in, even when your life looks fine on the outside. If you have ever felt that deep emotional drain, you are not alone. Today we're talking about something many people feel, but almost nobody understands. This is the story of the emotional black hole, a silent force that pulls millions of people into sadness, burnout, and emotional exhaustion every single day. Stay with me, because once you see the signs, you will never look at your relationships or yourself the same way again. An emotional black hole is a state where a person constantly feels empty, unloved, unseen, or unsupported. No matter how much love, care, or attention they get, it never feels enough. It's like their heart has a hole inside. Everything goes in, but nothing stays. Psychologists call it chronic emotional deprivation, but most people simply call it loneliness, sadness, or feeling broken for no reason. This is not weakness. This is not being dramatic. It's a real emotional experience many people silently live with. Most emotional black holes form slowly, and most of the time, the person doesn't even realize what's happening. Growing up without feeling emotionally supported. Not abused, not hurt, just unseen. Maybe your parents were busy. Maybe they loved you, but never expressed it. Maybe they provided everything except emotional presence. This creates adults who crave emotional safety, but never fully feel it. Trauma or heartbreak that never healed. A breakup, a betrayal, a sudden loss, a friendship that ended without closure. That pain creates an emotional vacuum that pulls everything inward. Being the giver in every relationship. Some people grow up believing their job is to take care of others, but nobody ever takes care of them. So they learn to give, and give until they collapse. Social isolation disguised as digital connection. We scroll, we like, we comment, we share. Yet we feel more alone than ever. The world is noisy, but our hearts are silent. Meet Emily, a 29-year-old nurse from Denver. Always smiling, always helping, always strong. But every night, she cried alone in her apartment. Not because of work, not because of heartbreak, but because she felt like she had nobody who truly saw her. She had friends, she had coworkers, even she had family, but that empty space inside her chest kept growing. Emily once said, "It feels like I'm alive, but not living." That's the emotional black hole. Most people think emotional emptiness looks dramatic, but the real signs are quiet. You feel drained, even after resting. Your body sleeps, but your mind never shuts off. You feel like others don't value you. Even when they try, you can't feel it. You overthink every relationship. Did I say something wrong? Are they ignoring me? Do they actually care? You give more than you get, not because you want to, but because you don't know how to receive love. You feel responsible for everyone's happiness, but nobody feels responsible for yours. A deep sadness that you can't explain. It stays, it follows, it grows. If these hit you, you may be living in an emotional black hole without knowing it. In 2025, psychologists say emotional emptiness is becoming one of the fastest growing mental health issues in America. Why? Because modern life is loud, but real emotional connection is rare. Here's what the brain does inside an emotional black hole. Dopamine drops, so nothing feels exciting anymore. Cortisol rises, so stress becomes a daily background noise. The mind shuts down emotional expression to avoid pain. The heart stops trusting, even when people are safe. This is why emotional emptiness is not just feeling sad. It's a change in how the brain understands love, safety, and connection. Another real story. Michael,
The invisible son. Michael was 42, a father, a husband, a hard-working man. But growing up, Michael's parents never said, "I'm proud of you." Not once. He didn't get hugs. He didn't get warmth. Only expectations. So he grew up to be strong, but empty. He had a good job, a nice home, a loving wife. But every time his wife hugged him, he felt nothing. Not because he didn't love her, but because his emotional system was never taught how to receive love. This is the long-term impact of emotional black holes. Sometimes we get stuck in an emotional black hole. Other times, someone else becomes one for us. These are people who constantly need reassurance, attention, validation, emotional energy. No matter how much you give, it's never enough. These people are not bad, they are wounded, but they can drain you until you collapse.
Always make you responsible for their feelings. Message you only when they're sad or lonely. Expect instant replies. Feel hurt if you set boundaries. Treat you like their emotional therapist. Never ask how you are doing. Take your kindness, but give nothing back. If someone always leaves you drained, you are feeding their emotional black hole. In the US, loneliness is at an all-time high. More adults feel emotionally empty today than at any point in modern history. But why? We have more technology, but less connection. More conversations, but less depth. More followers, but fewer real friends. More pressure, but less support. America is becoming a nation of isolated hearts. But this can change. This is the part most people never learn. You can heal emotional emptiness, but healing starts from inside. Stop trying to fill the hole with people. Love from others helps, but it can't heal a wound created in childhood. Build real emotional awareness. Ask yourself, what am I actually feeling right now? Name the emotion. Don't run from it. Set boundaries. Stop giving more than you can. Stop fixing others. Stop being the emotional parent in your relationships. Say yes when people help you. Accept compliments. Let others show care. Don't push people away. Create real human connection. Not likes, not shares. Real conversations with real people. Therapy or counseling. Talking to a trained therapist can change everything. This is not weakness. This is rebuilding your emotional wiring. Build emotional safety inside yourself. Tell yourself, I am enough. I am worthy. I deserve peace. Because you do. Sarah grew up in a home where emotions were ignored. She became an adult who smiled in public and cried in private. One day, she realized her emotional black hole didn't mean she was broken, it meant she was hurting. So she started therapy, started journaling, started saying no to emotional vampires, started choosing herself. Today, she feels joy again. She feels connection again. She feels alive. Her story is proof. Emotional emptiness is not permanent. It can be healed. If you feel empty, if you feel drained, if you feel unseen, you are not weak. You are not broken. You are not alone. You are human, and humans heal. Don't let your emotional black hole control your life. You deserve peace. You deserve joy. You deserve real connection. And your healing starts today.